How's it going, everyone? It's the Reformation Keegan, and I am here with a comic pickup video. I haven't done one of these in a while, but I was incredibly stoked today because it's Superman Day, and Superman happens to be one of my favorite heroes ever. Him and Captain Marvel, the original Captain Marvel, that is, aka Shazam, they're probably my two favorite ever. So, Superman Day was a pretty sentimental day for me because anything of Superman that I can obtain that is really good in quality, I always try to go for. And there's a saying, don't pay full price for anything. And there were a lot of good sales today. So when your local comic shops have sales, that is the best time to go and buy comics because things are 50% off, sometimes or even 75% off. And you can save a lot of money. And in today's day and age, saving money is one of the wisest things that you could possibly do. And I was able to do that today because I bought some stuff that normally would cost a little bit more. Even if it's like $5 or $10, you get that for half off or 75% off. That goes a long way. And I really was trying to save my money for free comic book day. But when you can obtain some stuff that you normally can't get on Superman Day, you just got to go for it because it might not be there on free comic book day when it's going to be on sale. And it was on sale even today. So it just gave me more ammunition to grab it. And then that would be less bulk for me to carry on free comic book day. Because usually what I do is I buy a lot of trades. And I buy trades because they are just easier to not only obtain, but they're easier to store. And you get all the stories together. But for some limited issues that are current, I'll buy them one at a time. But for mostly ongoing issues from the past and even the present, I buy trades. And trades are not only efficient, but they're also pretty affordable, especially on Free Comic Book Day when they're half price or 75% off, and you can stock up on a whole bunch of them. So that's what I do is I save up for Free Comic Book Day, and that is comic advice that I have learned from really, really talented and really wise people in the comic world that collect them on even a daily basis. And I don't collect them on a daily basis. I usually go once a week to, grab what I need to grab. But that's about it. Anyway, want to get to what I have. Not all of it is Superman, but there was stuff on sale that I really needed to get for my collection. So one is, it's brand new, just came out this week. That's DC and Sonic the Hedgehog 2. And I have loved this series so far, and it's definitely worth getting. Darkseid steals a Chaos Emerald, and how are the Justice League along with Sonic and Shadow and Tails, how are they all going to be able to take down Darkseid if they can? Find out. It's a cheap plug. And then we also have Absolute Flash 2. This series surprised me, and I'll be honest, I really didn't want to like it because I didn't want to get another series right now, but this is a really good portrayal, and I highly recommend getting it. The only ongoing I am collecting right now is the Absolute issues, and that is it. Because I'm eventually going to just get them in trade. So I'm only going to probably get like the first 10 issues of the Absolutes, and then I'm probably going to end up just going to the trade after, because getting all this ongoing stuff, it's not only costly in the end, but it takes up a lot of your time, and it's a lot of effort to do it. So again, that's why trades I find are usually more efficient, but I might make an exception in the end for the Absolute series. So then we also have the variant for DC and Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Looks pretty cool. I find it really cool that Knuckles and Superman are soaring at the top. I think that looks great, and I also think that Shadow looks great on the side too. And then now we're going to get into some Superman stuff. So I bought the Superman special today, and I thought why not? I mean, it's Mark Waid, so it's going to be great at a minimum. And to kick off the summer, I just thought it'd be good to have the special, and it had good reviews, so I said why not? And I bought it. So this is not Superman, but one of my local comic shops had Old Man Logan, and heard this series is really great. I'm definitely buying it in trade. I am not buying all the issues. I think there's like 50 or 60 of them. But I thought having book one would be really cool, and it was not expensive at all. It was a very, very cheap price, especially for a first issue. So I thought, why not? I'll grab that too. And again, if it's cheap and it's affordable and it's something you want, why not grab it? Especially if it's under $5 or $10. You know, that's kind of my limit, is if it's under $5 or $10, I can usually grab it. Speaking of that, I'm not collecting Ultimate Wolverine, but I found this variant and I had it put aside at one of the local shops, and I just think that Wolverine walking through what it looks like a very Canadian winter is really cool. And again, I haven't read this, but I thought the cover looked great, and I'm probably gonna end up getting the trade for Ultimate Wolverine too, because I've really wanted to venture into the character more, and I think I'm going to, heading forward. Now we're getting into some more Superman. So we have Superman Secret Origins. This is book 1 of the Secret Origin series. There's a whole bunch of them. I think there's about 50. And I don't think I'm going to get them all, but I do have the Captain Marvel one, and now I have the Superman one, and this is book 1, so it's a little sentimental, and I'm going to read it. Again, I heard the reviews were good, so I'm going to take that at value and read it. Speaking of that, we also have the Action Comics 544 from June. I forget of what year, but it looks great. And a couple people I know have this and have recommended it, and it's got a raw value of between $17 and $20. I did not get it for that. I'll actually be specific. I got this for $3.50, which I think is an absolutely great deal because I did not want to pay a lot for this. But I ended up getting it for a relatively cheap price, and again, I think it was worth it. So stocked up on some more Superman stuff. And then I'm also collecting the Superman Adventures. I'm collecting all the issues because I love Superman the animated series, and this series is predicated off of it, right? So I would like to collect them all, and I'm getting there with this series, and I think I'm gonna get them all probably in the next number of months. I think I'm getting close. So this is Parasite returning, and again, cool cover. And I'm gonna read these all in order and go from there. Because again, I love that kind of art, and it's, it looks very like Darwin Cook like. So I love that animated style. Speaking of that, we also have Superman Adventures number 25. Yep, number 25, and it is Superman and Barbara Gordon, and I think it looks great. And not only because the cover looks good, but again, I'm collecting this entire run, so I would like to have them all, and I think I'm gonna get there, like I said, in the next number of months. But this is a really good start. And then up next, we have Heroes Against Hunger, where it looks like, and I just discovered this today. Superman and Batman are trying to stop world hunger, and Lex Luthor says they're dying, Superman, and not all your power can save them. So, kind of looks like an intriguing premise here. Looks like it has a very social justice theme to it, which is something that I've tried to specialize in my English majors. So I'm really intrigued to read this, and maybe I will do an analysis on it if it is as specific as I think it can be. So let me know what you guys think, because I think this could potentially have a social justice theme to it that we could dissect. Then we also have Superman Annual 10, and again, the premise of this story looks really good, where Superman has to use a cosmic kind of power to alleviate whatever is going on. And this is also the annual right before number 11 for He Who Has Everything. For The Man Who Has Everything by Alan Moore, which is also a very good story. So I'm excited to read this as well. And again, for the price of $2.50, can't really go wrong. And it was $160 Canadian when this came out in 1984. So gone up a little bit, I guess, but hey, cover looks great. Why not, right? And then this is not Superman, but we also have Daredevil Yellow, book 1. It's by Tim Sale and Jeff Loeb, and I have the trade for this. And this story was really, really good. And now I just need to get a couple more of these, and I will have all the original issues. But book 1, why not? And the art is great. Tim Sale, rest in peace, absolute legend. And speaking of the colored issues from Marvel, we also have the first edition of Spider-Man Blue. These are not easy to find. I've seen the set go for about $60, which is a lot. There is, though, a trade coming out later this year on this. So if you do want to read it, I recommend getting the trade. But this is book one, and it was for a ridiculously cheap price. So I said, why not? And I grabbed it, and it's in really, really good condition for its age. And I haven't read, honestly, a lot on Spider-Man. I'm more of a DC guy, but if there's any other really good Spider-Man stories that you like, please send them in the comments, and I'll consider looking at them. I'm a big fan of Todd McFarlane's work, and I know he's done a lot on Spider-Man. So if there's anything he's done that you recommend, artistic wise, that fits into a story that you think I'd like, send it over. But anyway, I'm gonna get the trade of this eventually. But I think collecting all of the colored, so like Hulk gray as well, and Captain America white, Daredevil yellow, Spider-Man blue, I think it would be cool to have all of them as a unique little set. But again, cover looks great. I really like it, and it's by Tim Sale. So, and then finally, really, really unique piece. This is book one of Superman Smashes the Klan. These are not easy to find, at least not in my area. So I found it today, and yeah, I felt like I had to get it. And it's Superman Day, and this is one of the most sentimental Superman stories you will ever read. So if you have read a lot of Superman, and you've read Superman Smashes the Klan, this one really tugs on your heartstrings and brings social justice to a whole new level and calls out the inadequacies of equality. But it's a really good story. It predicates in the 1940s, as seen with the Max Fleischer Superman symbol of hope. So I think if you are a fan of Superman, you absolutely have to read Superman Smashes the Klan. And that is not a marketing ploy. I just consider it a fact. That's how good this book is. And you have to read all three. They're a bit longer than a lot of comics, but you're not even going to realize it, because I think you will absolutely fall in love with this story. And I can't remember a few moments ago if I said last but not least, but I was incorrect, because I have a Holy Grail piece, and it's a big one, and it's a heavy one, but we have the Absolute Edition of Superman for All Seasons, and it is really heavy, and it's dense. I haven't even opened it yet. I'm debating on if I should leave it sealed, because I have the trade anyway, and I've read the story before, and it's one of my top 3 or 4 Superman stories I've ever read. And I love it that much. And I'm debating on if I should leave this Absolute sealed. It's absolutely beautiful. No pun intended there. But it has like this cloth exterior on the outside, and it looks really cool. And Tim Sale's art really complements this style. And it even has a little homage to Smallville's General Store, which looks phenomenal. The side looks great. And I know that the cover in here is incredible. But I don't know if I want to open it. I think I should, but I also shouldn't. I'm kind of in that dilemma. So you tell me if I should open this up, because I kind of want to put it on display. Like, to me, this is art. This is just a collectible piece of art, and it's simply beautiful. And I wanted this for a long time. It had been in one of my local comic shops for a while, and I just pulled the trigger today because it was on sale, and I got a really good deal on it. And I was going to get it on Free Comic Book Day, but now that's one less thing I feel like I need to get on Free Comic Book Day. So, yeah, this is the Absolute, and it is beautiful. So, this is one of my biggest pieces I have now, and it means a lot to me, because Superman for All Seasons is a very emotional story, and you get multiple points of view of people that are very integral in the canon of the character, and through Clark Kent and through Superman, and it just tells you a lot of what you need to know. I will say, if you are ever reading Superman and you don't know where to start, I would say to start with For All Seasons. It is just a great base to launch yourself off of if you're gonna dive into the Superman world. So again, Absolute Edition of Superman For All Seasons, and that is what I picked up today. Let me know what you guys think. Have anything you want to recommend I read? Please send it in the comments below. Please like this, comment, interact, share it, and most of all, hit that subscribe button. And Superman, he's telling you to as well. Because what's so funny about truth, justice, in the American way? I know Action Comics 775 is also another great story that I recommend. But Superman is the hope that we need in the world. And he represents hope to its epitome. And in our world, we could always use more hope. And Superman, he gives us that. So, Superman Day, it's now one of my favorite days of the year. And I hope you had a good Superman Day. And if you read any comics on Superman Day today, let me know what you read. I'll see you all really soon.